As we look forward to 2012, we hope to continue a tradition that began in 1954 and has continued throughout the years, our annual outing during the month of May to Fort Ross. We congratulate the park system for keeping this valuable park, rich in history, alive, and we look forward to participating in events commemorating the 200-year anniversary of this beautiful piece of history perched on the cliffs overlooking the vast Pacific.
The inspiration of Archbishop Anthony and his reverence toward Fort Ross inspired a group of our young, pious Orthodox youth to make the first effort at marking the graves of the cemetery. We always knew that the cemetery was on the bluff across the creek from the actual settlement of Fort Ross. And so in 1972, a group of our young people built this cross, which stands about 14 to 15 feet high, and erected it on the western end of the cemetery, creating a very pretty sort of a backdrop so that when we would traverse the creek and come across to here, we could then celebrate the memorial service in front of an actual cross, marking this effectively mass grave of the Fort Ross Cemetery. In 1993, the Scouts became actively involved in the restoration of the Fort Ross Cemetery. When news of an archaeological investigation conducted by the University of Wisconsin Department of Archaeology was underway at the cemetery at Fort Ross, both the church and the Scouts quickly became involved in this project, which once again demonstrates that both the cemetery and the settlement at Fort Ross are not merely historic nor archaeological monuments to the past. They are a living part of our Russian community.